Could you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah. Well, I currently lead a technology company called Fiscal Note, which basically applies artificial intelligence into law and legal information.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And then, so we'd kind of like to talk about how we can promote Asian American leadership in a lot of the fields. So how do you think being Asian American has affected your career?
Um, I think that being Asian American has given me like a set of values that I can use for kind of work and my career in general. So um, it's been kind of interesting to gain those values from my parents and from my friends and whatnot.
Oh, okay. And then, how do you think we can work to overcome Asian stereotypes?
um, yeah, well, there's a lot, right? So, are there any specific stereotypes that you want to reference?
Um, well, a lot of us go, because we do live in Georgia, there's not a lot of Asian Americans living around us. So for me personally, a lot of people just assume I'm great at math, or I just live to study and I'm unathletic. And although I do love math, I noticed that these kind of restrict how people view me and how they view my friends. So I was wondering, when we go to college or some other area, how can we avoid and work to like overcome these stereotypes?
Yeah, I think that uh, by modeling behavior
Mhm.
that allows you to kind of um, overcome those stereotypes and be successful in fields that are not traditionally known for Asian Americans,
Mhm.
allows us to kind of overcome them, right? So whether it's sports or entertainment or
Mhm.
politics or business, um, finding Asian Americans that succeed in those fields allows us to be able to kind of break those stereotypes.
Oh, okay. And then, have you had any personal struggles with with this area, or no?
Yeah, well, I my career has always been in a non-traditional path. So,
Mhm.
when I was 16, I worked for President Obama back in 2008,
Mhm.
kind of helping to build out his campaign. Um, and then when I was 17, I actually ended up running for the Board of Education in my district, and then ended up winning that election. Um,
Oh.
so I served there for one term. And then, of course, after graduating from high school and going to Princeton and then Harvard, I decided I was going to start a company, which is kind of a very different path from, what a lot of other Asian Americans, and certainly very
Mhm.
different from what the Asian American stereotype look like.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, another question that, well, these are something that when I was talking with my friends who also joined me here, but we were kind of concerned about how, like, when well, because I don't know about you, but we kind of live in this community where people can make sort of racist comments towards us. So, as someone who has been able to like succeed in a field where there's not a lot of Asians, how do you think we can deal with it or kind of teach them that we're not really like this image?
You just tell them to screw off. um, I don't know. I think that whenever I've faced like any type of racism or something, what I find is just that like the best retaliation is just to be much more successful than them.
Oh,
Um, so you just kind of ignore it, and then you realize that most of the people won't amount to much in the future.
okay.
Um,
Mm-mm.
and I don't really, I learned to kind of tune it out over time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I think that's all we have actually.